Did the pandemic actually save Stargate? Welcome to Sidetrack, your sci-fi TV and movie channel. So, the background, as we all know, is that Brad Wright has been planning a new Stargate series for about 3 years. Now, MGM and Amazon are still collectively working on the project Brad Wright started all those years ago, and they are actually, if you are a regular to the channel, you'll know about this, working on a second project as well. Now, they're not going to make both of these TV series, but Amazon are wanting Brad Wright and the MGM team to think a lot bigger. And this second project really is showing Brad Wright what could be done. But why do I say that the pandemic possibly saved Stargate? Well, it is true that MGM 3 years ago were pushing for Stargate to get made. They're really pushing for this because Stargate is one of their biggest franchises. It's actually second only to James Bond. So they really wanted to increase the value of MGM towards the sale to have a Stargate project in the works. Because the intellectual property of Stargate, or as a back catalogue, Stargate is worth so much. But as an actual project in the works, it's worth significantly more. But that series would have been Brad Wright's total vision at that time, and it would have been set to a certain budget. You have to understand, see, MGM is 2 billion quid in debt. They're actually owned by their debtors. Amazon are buying them for nearly 9 billion, but part of that deal can actually increase because they're also agreeing to pay for certain debts. MGM would have had to have produced Brad Wright's version of this Stargate series to a budget. And that budget would have been quite limited. I actually believe that's one of the reasons why Brad Wright was looking at this Stargate Academy, because he has to produce a Stargate series a certain set of limits. Now Amazon are coming in and saying there are no limits. Money has become far less of a problem all of a sudden, and you can think a lot bigger. This is why we're seeing so many different ideas bouncing around MGM at the moment, and that my sources at MGM keep coming at me with new things constantly. They're saying they're even thinking now about an Ancients prequel series. They're thinking about movies. They're thinking about more than one series. They're actually developing, or in very early stages of developing, 2 series at the moment in the hope that it'll merge into one new, much bigger, much more dramatic series than Brad Wright originally envisaged. So I'm going to put a poll on my community channel. I will put a link in the description. That poll is going to be very, very simple. Do you think the pandemic possibly saved Stargate? Because think about this. If Stargate had been made 2.5 years ago, an upside of that is that we'd be now probably looking forward to the second series. But the series would have been made the way Brad Wright wanted, and then Amazon would have come in afterwards, potentially halfway through or towards the end of the first series being filmed. And if they'd have come in and not liked what they saw, that series would have almost certainly been cancelled. And I personally believe that would have been the final death nail in Stargate. I don't think we would have ever seen it again. Because of the pandemic, that series got put on pause. Amazon have been able to come in, get their feet under the table, and start actually talking to MGM about what they would want. The executives at Amazon can speak to the executives at MGM. And regardless of what the final merger looks like, they now have far more influence on what the final product will be. And genuinely, I believe that product will be much bigger and much more ambitious than what we would have seen 3 years ago if the pandemic hadn't have happened. So, did the pandemic save Stargate? Please get in the comments, tell me what you think, and go and vote on the poll. I really, really want to see what the people think about this idea. If you are new to Sidetrack, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, thumbs up, not thumbs down, help nobody. And please consider supporting the channel. You can become a fully fledged Sidetracker. Hit the join button. As always guys, please stay safe. I'll see you soon.